Prime Minister Christie addresses the issue of crime, this as it becomes a vexing problem for society. I'm Clint Watson. Stories ahead in the Bahamas tonight.
And find out the fate of two brothers accused of killing a cop. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Government tackling crime head on as it implements new strategies in the crime war. Good evening, everyone. I'm Charisma Robinson. The Prime Minister made the disclosure today while speaking with reporters. He says the government must be relentless in efforts and resources to wage the battle. Clint Watson reports.
Every time someone is killed, it diminishes us.
Although distressed about the level of crime, Prime Minister the Right Honourable Perry Christie is once again prepared to try new strategies to address the vexing dilemma. He says it's time to move to a new dimension of involvement, not just from the police force, but the government and community.
I just had a meeting into last night with the Junior Minister Bell of National Security, where he submitted to me a significant strategy to be employed that I want to be able to give consideration to.
The Prime Minister says he will make even greater demands and scrutiny to the initiatives to be implemented to fight crime, all in an effort to ensure its effectiveness. Without speaking to the new strategies, he alluded to the point that it could impact the mobility of residents.
Sometimes what you do will have to impact on our own freedom to move about. And so it is as strong as that, that we are going to have to be much more aggressive in this matter. And I want to be very careful with not putting myself in the position of the Commissioner of Police or the Commodore of the Defense Force in terms of how these things will be executed.
Since coming to office, the Prime Minister revealed that there were a number of crime-fighting initiatives that he wanted to implement that he felt would prove effective in reducing crime. We asked Mr. Christie if he felt those plans were being hampered by those responsible for its execution. I
wish I could answer that. I don't want to answer that question because in my position, I would wish to simply say that these matters will be discussed with the authorities. I accept that we are responsible as a government to put in place the necessary changes, we put in place the necessary, the wherewithal to properly employ the strategies that may be necessary going forward.
On a more personal level, with regard to the recent murder of Queens College primary school teacher Joelle McIntosh, it hits home for Mr. Christie. He's very much acquainted with the family.
Her father and mother came out of the valley. Her father would have been around my house with me as a child. The families were very close. The mother comes from further down in the valley. And so it has a particular impact on me personally, really as a constant reminder that there is so much more that we obviously have to do to come to grips with this really emerging reality that are on our streets.
Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
Heavy police presence in Bank Lane this afternoon as a verdict was handed down in the trial of two men accused of killing Police Sergeant Wayne Roll. Jurors returned a unanimous verdict finding Kevin McKenzie and his brother Dion Bethel guilty of murder. He was shot and killed in the area of Durham Street off Montrose Avenue last year, December. The men were also convicted of armed robbery for taking the victim's $700 cell phone. Prosecutor Yule Johnson informed the court that they will be seeking the death penalty in this case. A psychiatric evaluation and social inquiry will be compiled and presented before sentence is handed down on January 25th. The men were remanded to the Department of Corrections. Authorities are searching for 24-year-old Mark McKenzie of Warwick Terrace. They want to question him in reference to murder. He's a dark male standing 5'3" inches and of slim build. He's considered armed and dangerous, and they are asking members of the public not to approach him. Police also warned that it's an offense to harbor wanted persons, and those caught doing so will face the full brunt of the law. If you know where Mark McKenzie is, you should call police at 919 or 328-TIPS.
164,000 tons and can carry in excess of 4,000 people. It's the 5th largest in the world, and it's here in the Bahamas. I'm Carla Palmer. I'll tell you what coming up in the Bahamas tonight.